Yep.
Gary Setchell, busy night for Kings in town. Firstly, Tom Ward in from St Neots. Your views on that big sign?
Big signing in stature as well as a player. Yeah, Tom's going to be a good addition for us to join the squad already. You know, I feel we're building a squad now. You know, a real squad. If you look back at if you get the team up from the squad we played against Alphen, and then you look at the squad we've got now, we're a power-packed team. We've got pace, we've got energy. You know, we missed a bit of experience Saturday, but with Smithy, Gorgs, and Quiggs missing, you know, someone like Wardy would have been ideal. So we've got experience now. You know, Metz and Steve as well at the top of the pitch. So I think it'll be a good addition to us. And you know, if you look at our fixtures in January and February, I think we're Saturday, Tuesday. So, you know, this will probably be the first time as a manager really I'll have to, you know, really consider rotation. You know, I'm not going to be able to do it with 11, 12, 13 players. I'm going to need 14, 15, 16. And, you know, we're floating a little bit above the budget, but the chairman's willing to let me do that because he realised, you know, have we got a chance? 24 games to go, so you know you probably need 50 points, so there's 75 to play for. I think we're capable of winning any game, and we ain't really clicked at home yet, if I'm being honest. So, you know, of course we've got a chance. It's an outside chance, but we've got a chance. So, if we don't get there or thereabouts this year, I'm sure next year, if we can keep this squad together and still add one or two, I think we're going to have a real genuine go at it rather than a hopeful go at it.
Just going back to Tom signing,
yeah.
What different do you think? What difference is he going to bring? What difference has he got in his game to bring to the York squad?
Well, he's another, you know, he's probably a cross between Ryan Fry, Quiggs and Gorgs really, because you know he's got the height, he's got a bit of pace, he can pass the ball out of defence as well. You know, I went and watched last night. You know, they did lose 4-0, but rest assured that would have been a lot more if he weren't playing. You know, there's one or two things I've seen that I feel I can make him better. I can improve him. He's a good professional, very good professional. You know, you speak to people in the game. You know, he turns up for training you know, every week. He's one of the first ones there. He's a leader on the pitch. He takes his football very seriously. Which is good, especially with the young squad that we've got. So I just think he just brings a little bit of everything as well, you know. And that's hard to just walk into Kingsland. You know, Ryan Hawkins is a fantastic player. We've got him in from St Neots. That might take him 2 months, 3 months to land running, you know. And you know, but people expect people that hit the ground running, and that's difficult at Kingsland. Kingsland's one of the hardest places to play. Definitely hardest places to play because you're judged every single week. I went and watched St Ives last night. That was 4-0 to St Ives, sorry. And you know, no one was bothered. No one was bothered. The St Ives fans weren't bothered. The St Neots fans weren't bothered. I was thinking, you know, they just lost 4-0 at home. There weren't a boo in the ground when the final whistle went. No one was shouting and screaming at the players. I didn't hear no obscenities. I was thinking, I couldn't manage under these circumstances. You need that.
Too tame.
You do need that crowd pressure, and I think that's hard at Kingsland, but I think that's a bit of a joy as well. You know, that cheer at the end, or you put your earplugs in, whichever way the game goes. So, you know, I genuinely believe, you know, that's different for players to play for a club like St Neots than a club like Kingsland. I genuinely believe that. But you know, I'm confident Tom's played at Boston. They're a similar club to Kingsland because there's crowd pressure there. So I'm sure he'll be fine on that score.
Obviously a big star on there, but equally so bringing in on a permanent deal with Sam Warburton from Nuneaton. Some fine performances for us, Setch, and just a few words on Sam.
Well, it's no coincidence, is it? You know, Smithy get a lot of the credit since Smithy's come back. We've won games, but that coincided with Sam as well, apart from the Hitchin game, his first game. You know, he's been a part of that as well. He gives us unbelievable balance. He gives us unbelievable consistency, which in a young player is not very consistent. You know, he gives us, you know, people say he's a 7 out of 10 every week, which he probably is, but I think he's probably been a bit better than that some weeks. You know, he thinks there's a little bit more to come from him. There was a change of manager at Nuneaton, so there was an opportunity that Tommy might not, you know, Tommy bring his own players in. So I spoke to Tommy. That was a common sense deal for us to get Sam in full time. Another young player with good potential. Great lad to work with. Again, a model pro. And you know, this is the way we're heading. That's great. I'm enjoying it. We're getting all right results. We're getting all right performances. People are starting to, you know, Kings isn't a bad team. The players are working how I want them to work. They're grafting without the ball, and we've got that little bit of quality with the ball. And you know, if we wouldn't concede them 2 late goals Saturday, we'd be going into Christmas in a real great position.
Probably as well said, just a signal of intent from yourself and Stephen Cleeve, both of these guys coming on 18-month contracts.
Well, you know, we want to look after our players, and you know, we'd like to have everyone on contract. You know, but obviously some players can't sign contracts for other reasons, other working reasons. You know, you want to work with a squad. You know, sometimes that do bite you in the behind every now and then, but that's, you know, that's the beast nature of the beast, isn't it, with football. But you know, we don't want to lose our best players or our players, any of them, to people who have got a flash in the pan chairman who are throwing double the money around that we've got. We want to look after our players. We want to build a side. The players that are here on non-contracts, you know, your Pedros, your Youngies, you know, Michaels, you know, they're happy in the football. They've been with me now a little while, and they're very happy in the football. So, you know, if they wanted to, we'd sit down with every player and put them on contract. But you know, some don't want to. You know, that's not all. We're just signing players on contract. You know, that's something we want to do to try and build a team. Obviously, you know, I'd like a lot bigger budget. Of course, you would, same as any other manager. But we're just about keeping it in check. We drifted a little bit. But Steve's let me do that. You know, we've won a few quid in the trophy. He's got his shirt sponsor in, so you know, he's let me do that. And you know, we're building the team. You know, that'd be easy to say, oh, we're 14th in the league. Let's wait till next season. But sometimes these players don't come around. So he's happy for us to, you know, still have a real good pop at it. If we don't get it this year, then I think people will be expecting us to land running next year, and you know, hopefully we can get a decent start and get ourselves in the mix, because that's the teams that get themselves in the mix early, the ones that are still there. Your Leamingtons, your Sloughs, your Hitchens, you know, they hit the ground running. They're hard to peg back because we've been on an unbelievable run and haven't really moved anywhere. So, you know, we've got to keep going. We've got a great game at Setchell. I can't wait for that game. You know, I ain't looking forward to my Christmas dinner. I'm looking forward to 3 o'clock on Boxing Day, and that ain't a lie for all the... There'll be a few comments about that, but that ain't a lie. I love playing against Ketchum. I owe him one because we never beat him. Looking forward to it.
Finally, you mentioned earlier Dan Quigley.
No.
Obviously, a situation arose on Saturday where he didn't arrive at the ground for the game. I understand you can bring everybody up to date with that situation.
Yeah, there was no comment Saturday because I didn't know, and that was a genuine reason, you know. And we all jumped to conclusions, including me. Of course, I did, because that's Dan Quigley. There was a reason. That is a genuine reason. You know, if there's any other player, you probably accept that. As us Quigs, you know, you automatically think, you know, the worst, he's been out or whatever. But that weren't the case. 100% weren't the case. He spoke to me. I've met him. I've spoke to him. You know, I thought he wanted to go to another club. I've offered him to go to another club. He can go. He needs Christmas off because he's got 1 or 2 things that he's got to sort out, and that in. I'll go on the record and say that in alcohol or anything related, that's a genuine family issue, which that is. You know, if Quiggs want to tell you he can, that is, but that's not my place to. So he's going to have Christmas off. He's going to come back in the new year and play for the reserves a couple of times, and then, you know, if he's all right to play, then he'll be back involved. But you know, I thought genuinely that he was probably going to leave and go to another club. I've offered him that. He don't want to leave. He do need Christmas off. He should have talked to me last week about his problems rather than leave it till Saturday dinner time to try and get hold of me, which he couldn't, but he did leave me a voicemail. That's disappointing because, like I say, if that would have been another player, we wouldn't have all jumped to conclusions. Like I say, that is 100% genuine. I hadn't spoken to him until Tuesday because I was in a mood with him, so there wasn't nothing else to say. But now I've gone and seen him. That's one of them. You know, people will be cynical and say what they want to say. at the end of the day, yeah, he didn't turn up. That weren't the reasons we thought that was. Yeah, he should have perhaps tried to contact the club instead of me direct, as he know I ain't gonna have my phone on a match day. So that's probably the mistakes he's made. But like I say, he has got one or two issues which I can't go into. He probably can, he might do. But like I say, he's gonna have Christmas off, and then he's gonna come back in the new year. And play for the reserves a couple of times, then perhaps maybe feature for us in the Norfolk Senior Cup in the middle of January if he's fit enough to play.
So really the bottom line is on Dan Quigley, he is still very much part of your plans here.
Well, he's part of the football club, isn't he? And if he can, you know, these problems might go on. You know, I'm not sure what's going to happen with him. But yeah, you know, I thought he wanted to leave the football club. I thought he just didn't turn up because he wanted to leave the football club, and you know that isn't the case. He wants to show, you know, people that he do want to be here, and that was a genuine problem. Yeah, he's got to do more to let me know, so I am still a little bit cross about that. But that's, you know, that's Quiggs, isn't it? You know, he's made a mistake by not getting in contact with me earlier. He's left it till the last minute, and if you know, I understand fully what's happened, and he couldn't get the football. And he needs Christmas off. I understand that as well. But like I say, people make their own assumptions. The bottom line is he'll be playing for our reserves on the 2nd of January at March, and he'll be playing for them on the 9th of January against Wisbech St Mary. And then if he's fit enough, because he's going to miss a bit of training, you know, he'll be back with us in the Norfolk Senior Cup. And before anyone say no, he's not going to RB for a couple of weeks on the jolly up. There is a honest reason.
There's been obviously a lot of speculation about Quiggs. I was one of them as well.
Yeah, you put it in the paper, Greg. Yeah, I was one of them. I was one of them, and that wasn't till I've been to see him that I can genuinely say that, you know, that was genuine. But like I say, people are still going to jump to the conclusions. Setch is covering up for him. Oh, okay, no, he's one of his favourites. You don't have that. They're all your favourites. You know, when you're a football manager, they're all your favourites. You know, because always close to his players. Alex Ferguson was close to his players, so that, you know, you can do something like that. You know, I'd every single one of them. You know, you try and do the best for. That takes a lot of different characters to make a football team. If it was anyone else bar Quiggs, we wouldn't even be discussing that, because I wouldn't have went out there and been all down the dumps thinking that he was leaving, etc. So that's one of them, innit? You know, we get on with it. Like I say, he's not going to be here over Christmas anyway. You know, so you know that dust will settle in the new year, and you know if he comes back and he does well and he plays like he did for the first half of the season, then you know we'll all be very happy, won't we?
I mean, he's grown up as a player on the field this season. Is it just a few things he does off the field?
He's grown up. You know, he's not got Richard Bunton here to carry him in every week, has he? So he's been coming on his own accord, and you know, we do various things in training. He turns up. His performances have been great. There's been no hiccup, and you know, like I say, if that would have been the first time on Saturday, you probably wouldn't have raised an eyelid because of the way he's conducted himself this year. But obviously, because it's him, because it's Quiggs, you think, oh, okay, he's been out and about, he's had a relapse or whatever, but he hadn't. And yeah, we'll see him in the new year, hopefully doing what he's done for 22 or 23 games this season.
Okay, brilliant.